On the 21st of October 1966, 116 children perished in the Welsh village of Aberfan when the coal tip failed, engulfing Pantglas Junior School and several houses in the town. The disaster was entirely preventable, with the coal tip being sited at a location where, at the foundation, two springs merge, clearly charted on the OS map as early as 1873. Reporter Vince Kane criticised the conspiracy of silence before the disaster among those who knew the real potential of a tip slide, laying blame with the National Coal Board and the National Union of Mine Workers. The coal mining community were pressured by the threat of widespread and rapid pit closures implemented by the National Coal Board, supported by the National Union of Mine Workers and government, both the Conservatives and the subsequent Labour government. Kane also criticised the media for a false narrative, focusing on the distribution of money from the disaster fund, generating a climate of opinion that the surviving community was a problem, with accusations of greed despite victims having to fight to receive meagre compensation. Aberfan was a direct result of working-class communities being treated with contempt, their concerns neglected and ignored. The National Coal Board had disregarded repeated warnings from Aberfan. The ruling class closed ranks to protect their own. A bereaved husband and father reported, "I was tormented by the fact that the people I was seeking justice from were my people, a Labour government, a Labour council, a Labour nationalised coal board." At the inquest, the cause of death of one child was read out as asphyxia and multiple injuries, but one father interrupted. "No, sir, buried alive by the National Coal Board. I want it recorded. Buried alive by the National Coal Board. That is what I want on the record." Over a year into the ongoing Israeli genocide, obliterating Palestinians across Gaza and the West Bank, with so many children orphaned, wounded and killed, I think of Aberfan. As it was then, Western media is complicit, averting the gaze to their bias, perpetrating lies as facts, shaping the narrative to suit. At present, over 16,500 children have been murdered, and over 21,000 are missing, 4,000 of which are presumed dead under their rubbled homes. UNRWA Commissioner General Philippe Lazzarini declared this as a war on children. It is a war on their childhood and their future. Again, what is happening now is at the behest of our government, and it is in our power to draw the parallels of Aberfan, to vocally lay blame with our government, who decide what the ruling classes deem normal, and for us to speak out against it. In Pembrokeshire alone, the local council have £64 million invested in Israeli companies directly connected with human rights abuse. In selling arms to Israel, MPs ignore the voices of their constituents who oppose the murder of innocent children, instead guaranteeing the murder of tens of thousands of children. Weapons made in Wales are being used in alleged war crimes, with drone parts directly manufactured at the BAE Systems factory in Boncath, on the Cardiganshire border. Since 2008, UK export licences approved for military goods to Israel is documented at £576 million. An arms embargo is essential. Our taxes are being used to fund genocide. Pressure needs to be put on the Labour government. Faultline Gaza 355 is created as a response to the murder and dispossession of thousands of Palestinian children by Israel. Every day, the maiming of babies, children, men and women continues. The weight of suffering is on us. Reject the genocide as a digital spectacle. Collaborate to effect real change. We already march, lobby and email and disrupt. This exhibition is another mode of protest and an invitation to engage in solidarity with Gaza. In February, the IOF intentionally killed 6-year-old Hind as she begged for help, trapped in her car, surrounded by the bodies of her murdered family. She was killed by 355 Israeli bullets. We create 355 acts of resistance to counteract the dehumanisation of the Palestinian people and the Western media blackout. Faultline Gaza 355 is a curated exhibition of postcard-size artworks featuring drawing, painting and written word from internationally acclaimed artists, friends and creatives, raising funds for critical care during the ongoing genocide in Gaza. We have chosen to raise funds for the Red Crescent Emergency Service in Gaza and the Samir Project, delivering food to those in the besieged north of Gaza, where Israel is now perpetrating a Holocaust, in memory of Hind and the thousands of children killed. Buried alive by the US and UK-backed Israeli state. This is what we want on the record.